Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. In a moment, we're going to bring you this week's episode of Charlie Chan. But first, I do want to encourage you, if you are enjoying the podcast, to please follow us using your favorite podcast software. And I also want to encourage you to check out our other podcast. And today, I'm focusing on our World War II podcast, The War. The War is a series in which we went through the entirety of World War II, from the pre-war days all the way through Pearl Harbor, D-Day, and VJ Day, and even into some of the after effects of war. We did that through Old Time Radio, and we used news programs, but we also used dramas, comedy, and music to tell the story of the war. It's a 277 episode series, and it is available wherever you get your podcast from, and from thewar.greatdetectives.net. And you can find all of our podcasts at the Great Detectives website. But now it is time for this week's episode of Charlie Chan, and we'll be bringing you two chapters in the Landini murder case: Who Killed Dr. Swan and The Missing Key.
The most delightfully fascinating character in the realms of mystery, Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan, at Dudley Ward's home, Pineview, is now faced with the problem of who killed Dr. Swan, as well as who killed Landini, Ward's divorced wife. All of the guests, in the eyes of the law, had motive. All had opportunity. But the immediate question to be solved is, who had the key to the unoccupied house where Swan was murdered? It is the morning after the discovery, and Sheriff Don Holt is about to remind Charlie Chan that they must search for the possessor of that key, when the Honolulu detective silences him with a wave of the hand.
Breakfast first, Sheriff. It is depressing, but nonetheless true fact that murder notwithstanding, we must continue to partake of food.
Yes, Mr. Chan, although I catch myself at times thinking how terrible it is that we must go about our daily business with Ellen dead, murdered. But Mr. Chan is right. We couldn't have gone without eating, no matter how badly we felt since that night.
I was not thinking of that night, Mr. Ward. I was thinking of last night.
Last night?
Yes, Mr. Ward. Last night, Dr. Swan was murdered.
What? What was that? Swan murdered?
Yes, Mr. Ward. We, Sheriff Holt and I, found Dr. Swan in that unoccupied house adjoining Pine View.
Well, then why weren't we told? Why didn't we hear about it?
I was awake, Huey. I looked into your room, but you were asleep, and, well, I decided not to waken you.
You were awake, Miss Beaton?
Yes, Mr. Ward. I was wakened with the banging of one of the doors. I got out of bed. Mr. Romano and Mr. Ryder and, yes, Ah Sing. We were all awake when Inspector Chan and Don, Mr. Holt, the sheriff, came back to Pineview.
But great Scott, Chan. What's the meaning of it? Why Swan?
Mr. Ward, you made statements some time ago, it was, that you had carried hospitality too far.
Yes, Inspector. When we made the discovery that the money was missing from Landini's handbag, I felt that I had been entertaining a thief.
You were entertaining worse than thief, Mr. Ward. Dr. Swan was a blackmailer.
Swan? A blackmailer? Surely not. Surely there must be some mistake.
Afraid not, Mr. Ward. What do you say, Sheriff? You have been silent.
Pretty sure thing, I'm afraid, Mr. Ward.
But good heavens, who was Swan blackmailing?
Madam Landini.
But for what? What could he know about Landini that would... Oh, I think I see.
I can believe it, all right. Swan tried approaching me.
You, Huey? What could Swan want with you?
He dropped it as soon as he found out I had no money.
I have purposely avoided talking with you, Mr. Beaton, because of your affection for Madame Landini. I realized fully the terrible strain under which you've been laboring. But now, I think exercise of my tongue is quite in order. For what did Swan try to blackmail you?
Seems rather silly. I mean, doesn't seem to have much bearing on the case.
Criminal invariably is caught in own toils because of stupid acts or stupid remarks. Possibly silly thing you have in mind will develop into essential clue we so unsuccessfully seek.
Well, the night of the murder, when Landini's plane was hovering over the house, I went outside onto the terrace to look at it.
Perfectly natural reaction. Proceed.
Well, Swan was standing there.
But I saw Dr. Swan
Please,
standing...
Miss Beaton. Yes, Mr. Beaton.
Swan was standing there. He didn't notice me at first. There were voices above on the study balcony. Ellen's voice and the other I don't know, but after the murder was discovered, Swan approached me and said that I must have heard what was said, and that if I didn't tell you, Inspector Chen, then Swan would have to see about it, was the expression he used, I think.
And you told Dr. Swan what, Mr. Beaton?
I told him he was mistaken, that I'd been standing there only a moment, that I'd heard nothing. He persisted, but I think I convinced him, for he didn't mention it again.
But you did hear something?
Yes, but of no value.
Afraid, Mr. Beaton, we, Sheriff and I, would have to be judges of that. Please?
Well, I heard Ellen say, "Oh, it's you, is it? Well, I'm freezing to death. Get me my scarf. It's on the bed in the next room, the green one."
Ah, most interesting. You heard Landini ask for her own scarf.
It's true. I know it sounds...
Do not trouble to explain your thoughts on how it sounds, Mr. Beaton. That is all, just at present. Thank you so much. Mr. Sheriff?
Yes, Inspector?
Join Miss Beaton and your humble servant in the study in a few minutes, please.
Okay. Yeah. Sure you don't want me along with you now?
In a few minutes, please, Sheriff. Finish your breakfast. I note that Miss Beaton is finished. Come, dear young lady, please.
Yes, Inspector Chan.
Surprising, is it not, how morning hours loosen the tongue? You are aware of significance of two things divulged in course of conversation at breakfast table?
Oh, no, Mr. Chan, I can't say that I am.
Miss Beaton, I brought you to study because I do not wish to inflict unnecessary pain on Sheriff. Mr. Holt has deep regard for you, which, if encouraged, oh, so slightly, will rapidly ripen to tender emotion. No, please, not interrupt. Now, here we are at study. As I said, but do not stand, please. Sit down.
Thank you.
What I have to say to you may be painful. Therefore, I wish to do so in privacy study. You understand meaning of word alibi?
Yes, I think so.
You realize that persons deliberately putting forth alibi place themselves under renewed suspicion?
Yes, I suppose that is true.
Alas, yes. Now, this morning, your brother Hugh brings out conversation he overheard, which, by the way, is not evidence and would in court be ruled out of evidence as hearsay. Your brother, I say, tries to provide alibi for you on night of murder by saying that he overheard murdered woman ask for her scarf.
Please, Mr. Chan, don't blame Hugh for that.
But, dear young lady, why did he not come forward with such important evidence the night of murder?
That was my fault, Mr. Chan. Hughie told me, and I said, please don't tell that. They'll think you're just saying that to try and clear me.
You said that? You swear it?
I swear it, Mr. Chan.
Now about other disclosure. You realize that you provided alibi for your brother last night?
I? When? How?
When you said that you looked in brother's room and found him asleep.
Why, I didn't think of it in that way. It was ordinary conversation when Hugh asked me why he wasn't told about... Oh, Don.
You already recognize his knock on door? Come in, Sheriff. We have finished discussion, Sheriff, and at future time, Miss Beaton will disclose same to you. But now, we have neglected duty to perform.
Oh, yes, you mean about the key to the house where Swan was murdered. Huh?
Right, Sheriff. By the way, you made arrangements for removal of Swan's body.
Yes, I called the coroner and Cash Shannon, my deputy.
Very good. This afternoon, we will take Miss Beaton for a walk in that direction. But now, kitchen calls for our attention.
The kitchen?
Yes. Back door was used last night by murderer. We will see if cook, who sleeps in little bedroom off back stairs, heard anything. Then we will start on trail of missing key. We leave you now, Miss Beaton, but this afternoon we take walk.
I'll be looking forward to it, Inspector. And thank you for believing me.
My dear, a person becomes a friend because one learns to believe in that person. You, if I may say so, are regarded by this humble Honolulu detective as very good friends. Thank you so much. That statement of Mr. Hugh Beaton's that Landini said, "Oh, it's you, is it?" is very disturbing, Sheriff.
Doggone it, I know it is. I've been thinking about it ever since.
Then you have come to some definite conclusion?
I have, Inspector. Who would Landini be likely to address as, "Oh, it's you, is it?"
Pretty soon the teacher will be taking lessons from the pupil. I await your conclusion.
Well, I hate to say it, but it'll be either Cecile or Ah Sing.
Yes. Your ruminations brought you to farther conclusions?
Yes. How'd you guess?
I'm watching you, Sheriff. You will become more than county sheriff. You think. You apply rules of logic, and he who thinks and thinks rightly shall someday sit at the Emperor's right hand.
Well, since Landini would only be likely to speak to Cecile or Ah Sing that way, and Cecile had already refused to get the blanket for the dog, that leaves Ah Sing.
Sorrowfully, I feel that you are correct. Oh, but here's the cook. Good morning, Mrs. O'Farrell.
Oh, sure, and it's you, is it, Mr. Chan?
Yes, Mrs. O'Farrell. May we enter sacred precincts of kitchen?
And that you can, Mr. Chan, and welcome. Can I be after doing anything for you?
Did you hear any disturbances last night, Mrs. O'Farrell?
And that I didn't, Mr. Chan. After a day's work like I put in, I sleep without moving on the bed till 5 o'clock in the morning.
I see. Well, thank you so much.
Yes? But is it the cook? Oh, yes, he's here. It's Mr. Chan.
Thank you. Yes? This is Inspector Chan. Yes? Thank you.
Smart idea, that of Ward's, having these phone extensions.
Indeed, yes. That's the telegraph company. I took the liberty of wiring owner of house, unoccupied house where Swan was found, as to who had key to same.
Yeah?
Owner wires reply, only Singh has key. Where is Singh?
Sing, Mr. Chan? He's in the pantry. Sing.
Yes, what would I have? Like a tea sing? Oh, Mr. Chan, huh?
Singh, you know where key to unoccupied house is kept?
Oh, sure, me know.
Show me.
Me too busy now. Me fix everything you know.
Show me that key, Singh.
Oh, like they keep a collar on. He hang on hook here, pantry. Oh, he no stay stop.
Key is gone?
Yes, the key all the same is gone. No stay stop.
You mean someone has stolen it?
What you think? Was it?
So, Singh, key is no longer in customary place, huh? You understand seriousness of this, I think.
Oh, now what's the matter? Serious. Now that key get, key all the same in plenty got hardware store.
I think man who owns that house say that you have key. That key, I think, which was used to open house last night. House in which we find Dr. Swan murdered.
Hi. You think me kill Dr. Swan? You're crazy. You all the same a very poor policeman. You not gonna find a murderer? You all the time on the pick on Ah Sing. Ah Sing and no killing nobody.
Ah Sing?
Oh, you wait a minute. Ah Sing and no finish. What you think of me killing Mr. Landini, huh? Because she send me catching blanket? Oh, maybe you think of Dr. Swan. He speak the same. Send Ah Sing for blanket.
There is a time to be humorous. There is a time to be serious. This is time to be serious.
Sure. Plenty other men know which key for house. Electric light men, the telephone man, and the garage man, man who looking after the boats, and John Ryder.
John Ryder?
Sure. John Ryder, no? Maybe Mr. Ward. He knows of it.
That is all, I think. Thank you so much. Come, Sheriff. We shall direct our steps to the living room.
Well, nothing very definite there to tie on to our Sing.
That is truly said, Sheriff. No more to tie to Ah Sing, as you say, than to many others. Nevertheless,
Yes, nevertheless.
a man who would avoid suspicion should not adjust his hat under a plum tree. He is always adjusting his hat at Ah Sing. The Sheriff,
Yeah?
before we take promenade to that house where Swan was murdered, we have one line of questioning which we have not followed out to full conclusion.
Yes, Inspector, and that is...
Question of who benefits from estate left by Ellen Landini.
But how can anyone but our lawyers know that? She was. In another week or two, her divorce from Romano would have been absolute. So he was probably eliminated, to use one of your own expressions.
But detectives should not deal with probably. Detectives should and must deal with fact. Same time, not holding facts so close to eyes as to blot out vision of detail surrounding fact. And I perceive everyone in the living room. Observed faces. Mr. Ryder reading Engineering Trade magazine. Miss Beaton smiling while reading Chinese humor, Golden Hours, Kai Lam. You Beaton, much engrossed in Grove's Dictionary of Music and Musicians. Mr. Romano staring into space across lake, thinking perhaps of his native Milan.
And not one of them has the look of a murderer.
Alas, unpremeditated murderers so seldom have looks any different from anyone else.
Inspector Chen, you have found something.
So sorry to disappoint Mr. Romano. We have done nothing but strike one more stroke on the same wooden bell to which I have made previous reference. Mr. Ryder.
Yes, Chan. What is it?
Do you know of whereabouts the key to house in which we, Sheriff and I, found Swan?
Yes, of course. Singh showed it to me one day. Said that if he should be out in the vegetable garden and the lineman came from the telephone company, that I was to give him the key.
You have seen that key recently?
No, I haven't. Hangs on a hook in the pantry. There's a tag, a label tied to it.
So anyone could easily find that key in the dark?
I suppose so. What about it?
Nothing, except that person who had that key last night is murderer of Dr. Swan.
Well, Chan, at least in the murder of Swan, you'll have to look for someone else besides me. I was plentifully surrounded by witnesses this time.
Quite so, Mr. Ryder. Oh, one little question before we, Miss Beaton, the Sheriff, and I take walk.
Yes?
So sorry, Mr. Ryder, but this time question directed to Mr. Romano.
Yes, Inspector. What is it?
You were still husband of Madame Landini, at least for 2 weeks more. As such, will you inherit any property she may have?
Alas, no.
No? For what reason, Mr. Romano?
At the time a settlement was drawn up, that settlement which she so cruelly ignored, she tell me, Louis, I make a new will. I say that is to be expected, since we enter into agreement about the settlement.
She told you who was to be beneficiary?
But certainly it was no secret. She said, Louis, I make it a new will in favor of my future husband, Mr. Hugh Beaton.
You, Mr. Beaton, knew of this?
Yes. Yes, Ellen told me about it. Naturally, I didn't want her to do it.
Do you know whether or not that will was ever drawn up?
She told me one day that it had been drawn up. Signed, too, I suppose. I didn't ask any questions. I hated the whole idea.
You, Miss Beaton, you knew of that will? You had heard of it?
Yes, I had. But I paid no attention. It didn't matter.
Alas, things of such nature seldom do matter to principals involved. But to other persons, they present different appearance.
Explain yourself, please, Inspector.
To police called in to solve brutal killings, your being beneficiary under murdered woman's will would lead to your immediate arrest. Is that not so, Sheriff?
Pretty sure, too, yes. Although, well, I don't place any stock in it myself, and, well, I don't believe Inspector Chan does either.
Sheriff is quite correct. So, since we, both of us, are neglectful of routine duty in this case, please, is it agreed that questioning along these lines is forgotten?
Yes, Inspector Chan.
Certainly.
Mr. Ryder, Mr. Romano.
Personally, I didn't hear a thing.
I do not think Mr. Beaton killed Landini, so I agree.
Thank you, Romano.
Oh, it is nothing. We have a bond of sympathy. We both love Ellen Landini. For a time, I hate you. I despise you. I admit it. Oh, but that is gone fast. You will shake hands, huh? Yes, of course.
You are ready to accompany us, Miss Beaton?
Yes, right.
Very well. If any other would care to accompany us.
For myself, I think if Mr. Beaton feels able, I shall play piano for Mr. Beaton to sing. It is not good to get out of practice. I, Romano, always demand my pupils' strict attention to hours of practice.
Oh, try it, Huey. It may help you to forget.
Perhaps. I'll see, Leslie.
Mr. Ryder?
Thanks, Chan. I'm going for a walk with Dudley in a few minutes. He's out at the garage having Ireland do something to one of the cars.
Very good. Come, Sheriff. Miss Beaton. We shall pick up coats and dress appropriately for inclement weather.
Here you are, Leslie. I'll help you on with your coat.
Thank you, sir.
Got everything, Mr. Chan? I'll close this closet door. Someone's liable to bang into it.
Somewhat different this weather from your native Honolulu, Mr. Chan.
Yes. We have rain in Honolulu, too, Miss Beaton. But we do not think of it. We call it liquid sunshine. The result of that is that no one pays slightest attention to rain, except that out of respect for its ability to start without warning. We all carry Japanese paper umbrella.
Too bad that people couldn't feel the same way about other things. I mean, the idea of calling rain liquid sunshine.
Indeed, yes, Sheriff. Well as it's said, that man's innermost satisfaction can build castles beautiful and lasting beyond the dream of any architect. Thinking so makes it so.
Tell us something of Hawaii, Inspector.
Alas, that is beyond my powers as poet. I am good detective, or am I good detective? I think not. If progress in this case is to be used as unit of measurement. I can, though, recall words of various visitors describing Hawaii. Favorite child of nature, born of southern breeze, cradled in laughing seas, with lunar rainbow for christening robe, and moon for godmother. But now, sterner duties wait. I see we reach the house. You do not have to come upstairs unless you wish, Miss Beaton. On second thought, better the sheriff stay with you. I will go alone.
Okay, Inspector.
I do wish this thing were cleared up, for your sake as well as all of us.
Taking a leaf from Chan's book, I say I don't count. You are the most important reason for wanting a quick solution.
But no reputation.
Chan said something about success not being even secondary consideration. And I agree with him.
Sheriff!
Yes, Inspector?
Come, please.
Right now. What is it?
Look, on balcony. You see what?
What, nothing?
That black hole in snow? What caused it, you think?
I don't know. I haven't any idea.
I have. And I fervently hope that I'm right. Fervently hope that this is crucial blunder that every criminal makes sooner or later. I remove coat before plunging arm into hole in snow.
You found something?
Indeed, yes. Man who buries treasure in snow forgets that summer is coming. I have found revolver with which Dr. Swan was killed.
Charlie Chan's prediction that sooner or later a criminal makes that mistake which leads to his undoing is startlingly fulfilled. Who knows where this piece of evidence may lead? After your sponsor's message, Inspector Chan will be with us again. Well, Inspector Chan, you have an appropriate translation from the Chinese for us this evening?
I think so, Mr. Wilson. I have been pondering my own remark that sooner or later a criminal makes mistakes which leads to his capture. Man whose honesty motivates his action does not fear to have walls of house removed, but dishonest man keeps house closely guarded, lest one glancing through doorway see him stripped of his disguise.
Thank you, Inspector Chan, and good night.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, some real pushback and a good dose of sarcasm from Ah Sing, but honestly it was deserved, because as much attention as he's gotten as a suspect in this series, in the killing of Landini, there's no good motive for him to commit this murder. And Chan has a house full of people with good motives for murdering Landini. I'm not saying Ah Sing didn't do it, but I just can't see why he would. It'd be easier for me to imagine him killing Dr. Swan, because Dr. Swan was a blackmailer, so he could create all kinds of enemies. But as of right now, all that Chan has got is that Ah Sing adjusts his hat. I don't know how police do their jobs today in a world where we don't wear hats anymore. Now, despite that, I enjoyed this episode, and I liked Inspector Chan in this. Him waxing lyrical about Hawaii with the sheriff was a nice little personal moment. And while his use of sayings can be excessive, I thought the one he used when he found the gun was very apropos. Also, I'm not going to call these out all the time, but I will just offer this as an example. The discussion about the will is a case where the radio writers moved the order of events and the investigation from the novel, since in the novel the will was discussed before Dr. Swan was murdered. Well, now we turn to listener comments and feedback. And we start with YouTube, and again, I want to thank everyone who left kind condolences regarding the passing of my father-in-law, and have this comment. One listener comments, "Glad to have you back, Adam. Regarding this Charlie Chan series, I wish Warner Oland were voicing these." Well, it is always nice when you can get the same actor who plays the character in film to do the radio series, like with Basil Rathbone as Sherlock Holmes or Chester Morris as Boston Blackie. But it can be tricky in terms of, from an economic standpoint, as well as scheduling, and of course, then you also have a matter of radio acting being a bit of a different skill than film acting. But I'd agree it definitely would be interesting. And then I have an email from Andrea, who, not my wife, but another Andrea, As I'm sitting here listening to the Charlie Chan episodes, I'm reminded continuously of one of my favorite movies of all time, Murder by Death. Every sentence spoken by Chan makes me want to scream like Truman Capote's character Lionel Twain lecturing Peter Sellers' character Sidney Wang about his lack of using prepositions and articles in his sentences. Mr. Wang, what is the meaning of this? Thank you for your wonderful commentaries on each episode. They are informative and insightful. This podcast is my number one listening experience throughout the day. Thanks for hosting it. Well, thank you so much. And I've seen Murder by Death definitely raises some fair points about the way a lot of fictional detectives worked with their parodies of multiple styles of detectives. The movie parodied Poirot, Marple, Nick and Nora Charles, and Sam Spade. Thanks so much for the note. Well, now it's time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day, and I want to go ahead and thank Daryl, Patreon supporter since September 2022, currently supporting the podcast at the Shamus level of $4 or more per month. Thanks so much for your support, Daryl. And that will actually do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software. And if you're enjoying the podcast on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and mark the notification bell. We will be back in 2 weeks with the next installment of the Charlie Chan story. But join us back here tomorrow for Broadway's My Beat, where...
If there's been a complaint, our product, one of my employees...
Truck 12. Who drives it?
12? You mean tonight?
Tonight.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Hey! Who was on 12 tonight?
What do you want?
Who drove 12 tonight?
Well, just a minute. Morris had it tonight.
Oh, of course. Morris Bernstein. Good man. Certainly, Morris has...
He's dead. He was killed.
Morris? In an accident?
His truck was torn apart. He was beaten to death.
Oh, I've been afraid.
Of what, Mr. Felder?
Something like this would happen. One night they would beat a man until he died.
Who?
Hoodlums, Rat Pack, we don't know. Happened to another one of my boys last week. They turned over his truck, threw the bread into the gutter, attacked him.
I'd like to talk to him.
Naturally.
Sid?
I hope you'll be with us then. In the meantime, send your comments to box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives, and check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/greatdetectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.